Hey, what is up, you guys? This is Robin. If you're watching this, you're from California, and you're just like, I just want a simple home defense rifle. Just a buy one rifle, keep it in the closet just in case of an emergency. I don't want to break the bank. I don't need anything too fancy. So that's why you're watching this video. So I wanted to show you guys this rifle. So this was essentially my first AR-15. And in a way, I think this is probably the gold standard if you're just looking for a bare bones rifle. Nice and simple, nothing crazy that you can use for home defense and follows California compliance laws. So let's get into what's on this rifle. So first off, we are going with the featureless route. The reason being is honestly then you don't have to install a mag lock on it, and then you have your standard AR-15 mag release. That way it's nothing crazy, no additional steps you have to take to reload or anything like that. So we're gonna start from the tip and go down to the end, all right? So first off, here at the end, I do just have a KVP linear compensator. This does help it recoil a little bit, but it will also redirect the blast sound forward when you shoot the rifle. Being that it is featureless, you cannot have a flash hider. What I can also recommend doing is just getting essentially just a thread protector and just having no muzzle device at the end. Now we should also talk about this is a 16-inch upper, so no pin and welds needed. Again, guys, the name of the game is simplicity. Okay, here you'll see the front iron sights. These are just very simple UTG iron sights for like $25, $30 on Amazon. I'll put a link down below to them. I do recommend some iron sights just in case your main optic ends up breaking. We'll get more into that in a little bit. Going down, I do just have a very simple rail scales hand stop and rail scales grips. You can get whatever kind of grips if you even want to have any rail grips you want. It really doesn't matter. You will see on the optic, let me get a little bit closer, this is just a basic Holosun 403R on a knockoff Scalarworks 1.93 mount. This does come with a, I believe it's a 1.63, 1.64 eye height mount from the factory, but I like it a little bit higher. The reason being is that way when I'm looking through it, I can have my head a little bit higher, see that peripheral a little bit better. So that way I can point a little bit better. But it's all a matter of preference. Now you will also see I have this razor here. This is for a Holosun magnifier in case I ever need to use it outside. And then back here are the iron sights. Now a red dot is all you really need if this is really just for home defense. A nice simple red dot. Okay, and then just do a simple 50, 200 yard zero. That's usually the standard zero people do with these kind of rifles, especially with a red dot on it. And you will be set up, guys. You don't need a fancy scope or anything. Again, if it's home defense, then that means they're probably in your home and you're just grabbing whatever's in your closet to go defend your family. So due to that, you'll be just fine with a nice red dot. It's super easy to use, super easy to see through. I mean, they're the standard for a reason. Go to the back, basic stock, choose whatever stock you want. Being that this is featureless, it is a pin stock. So basically I 3D printed a piece in here that makes it so I can't collapse it. So basically figure out where you want the stock to be and then set it and forget it. We go down, you will see right here, this is a fin grip, featureless, has to be a fin grip. Choose whatever kind of fin grip you want to do. I like the B5 fin grip, especially because I like having a shorter stock. So for me, this is perfectly comfortable. And this just works for me. You will see I also have an AMB 45 degree safety. I recommend an AMB safety because if you have a fin grip, that way you can trigger it. You will also see I do have an extended bolt release right here. This is a Parker mounted machine one. You get a cheaper one from Magpul, but I really like this one. And since I was just touching it, here is the charging handle. This is whatever kind of charging handle you guys want. Overall, you could have a pretty decent home defense rifle for probably less than $900, definitely cheaper if you buy used. You could go to the store, just get a nice pre-built, just put a red dot on it and call it a day also. You can basically do whatever you want. I'm just saying, guys, you don't have to spend a lot of money if you want something that's really nice and that will do the job. This will do just fine. The only thing I would add that I do need, and I don't have one on here because this was honestly more of a spare parts upper at first, get a nice flashlight with a nice pressure switch on it. One of the ones where when you press on it, the light turns on, and as soon as you let off, the light comes off. You don't want one that, or if you want one, you can have one where the light's always on. But generally, it's preferred to put the flashlight in a setting where you can essentially turn it on right before you shoot to identify your target. And also then the light will kind of disorient them a little bit. Versus if you just have the light on and you're moving through a house, any invader is going to see your light and they're going to know exactly when you're coming. I do recommend Streamlight. They're supposed to be pretty good. I've seen a lot of good reviews on them. My friends have run them before. They haven't had any bad luck with them. Of course, if you want to go really hardcore and get a higher up light, but again, home defense, get a nice Streamlight, attach it on there, and you're good to go. That's the only thing I would add to this to make it a complete home defense rifle. But yeah, overall, no real frills. It is also nice and lightweight. The light will probably add about 8 to 10 ounces to it, but it's still pretty nice and simple. I mean, when I take this rifle out to the range, I honestly have a lot of fun with it because I forget just how nice and simple it is to be shooting this versus my ACOG setup, which is definitely a little bit heavier and just a little bit more technical. So at the end of the day though, remember you also want to have training. Take it to the range every now and then. Don't get rusty. This isn't like riding a bike. You will, lose your fundamentals if you don't practice every now and then. You can have this nice basic rifle or a $3,000 rifle. If you don't have the proper training, it's not going to do anything. Okay? Without the proper training, you're just going to be blindly shooting, and that could get a lot of people hurt who aren't the home intruders. So get some training, get a nice setup again, nice simple setup. Oh, I should also mention this is an arrow lower on an RRA upper, which is, honestly, it's pretty bare bones, nothing crazy. I mean, and super affordable, guys. This is really all you need. You don't need anything fancy. Just get this, call it a day, learn how to properly use it, and get a lot of ammo for it, right? Ammo is, of course, one of the bigger parts of owning a firearm because one, it's more costly, and two, you just want to make sure you always have the right amount. So with that, guys, let me know what you guys think. Anything else you guys would add to the ultimate home defense rifle? Let me know down below in the comments. This is Rob, and have a good one.